Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Today we're looking at 3 episodes from the original run from Season 1 of Star Trek Enterprise. In this case, the episodes Oasis, Detained, and Vox Sola. So let's look at the first one, which is Oasis. What was this episode about? Well, the crew is directed to a barren planet where a derelict ship may be salvageable for supplies. However, the crew comes to suspect that rumors about the shipwreck being haunted may be true. Honestly, I gotta say, this episode is not bad. I think it's pretty good. I think, honestly, the entire crew does a pretty good job. And also we get Renee Aju Boris. She starred in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as Odo, and she was the character of Annie. So honestly, I gotta say this episode is pretty good. The idea of the Trek crew having to help what they believe could be ghosts, or anyways, like people that have been away from society for so mass millennia, is actually a pretty cool idea. And I think, honestly, everyone does a pretty good job. I think that the acting's pretty good. Apparently some critics have said the episode is sort of like The Cage. I can understand why, and the fact that the crew goes down to a planet and then they see, oh, there are some issues going on down here. Maybe we should help them. And from that, I can see it. There are ways I can say there's differences in the fact that the crew is having to try to help this, group of individuals. However, like, it's sort of kind of like almost a mystery of, like, say, what is going on with them. And the ending, where it basically is revealed that the crew has basically been dead the entire time, and the guy in charge of it has basically just created holograms of the crew because he's felt guilty for so many years because of the ship going through an ion storm. So I gotta say that it's pretty good. And we get more of, like, say, like another time when we see Trip being humanized, and he's always been a human character, but he's able to interact with others and give his side of, like, humanity and all that. So that's pretty good. So let's go look at the next episode, which is the episode Detained. What actually happened in this episode? Well, in this episode, Archer and Ensign Mayweather are detained by the Tendorians in a Sylvain internment camp. Learning the Sylvain's persecution by them, Archer enlists the aid of the Enterprise and his crew. Oh, and we also get a cameo from Dean Stockwell as Colonel Grat. So yeah, like, Dean Stockwell and Scott Bakula have both starred in the series Quantum Leap.
Can never and should never be restored. So go ahead. You hang us now. But you cannot stop the future.
If you've not seen Quantum Leap, check it out. It's really good. And honestly, honestly, I gotta say this episode's pretty good. I like the fact that we get a episode with the Sullivanes, and the fact that they are, in a way, they're given, like, say, a storyline where it's almost like, say, you feel empathy for them. And that, like, say, oh, they're not just, like, these creatures that are just, sneaky individuals. I will say that, whenever Stockwell and Bakula are having to, interact or give monologues against each other.
I took the liberty to examine the database in your shuttlecraft. So I know that you're from a planet called Earth and that you serve on a vessel called Enterprise. What I don't know is what you were doing within our military zone.
They really work. Then again, it's also because they worked such a long time with Quantum Leap, but they do a good job against each other. And I gotta say, I feel like, say, after this episode, Archer's, influence of helping them will probably not help, but cause a calamity which will cause the Sullivans to, in a way, disappear. And I kind of like, I think the idea of, like, say, holding them hostage so that they don't get, in a way, told, like, say, hey, you should help your own kind and be upgraded in a way. It's sort of how, like, say, heck, even at one point they do say how Archer basically is a way to say, hey, this is similar to how it was with the Japanese and American internment camps after World War II, in a way. In a way, it's also similar to, like, say, the Nazis, how they treated the Jews in the Holocaust. I mean, it's not like, say, they're putting the Sullivans into torturing them, but in a way, they are being held hostage. In a way, they do say, hey, we're holding them hostage because if they are let go, they're just gonna, like, go ahead and go join the bad side. And I get a feeling that something's gonna happen where suddenly these Sullivans are not going to disappear, since I don't really know if they appear in later Star Trek series. But this, honestly, I think this episode is pretty good. The acting is really good.
This isn't about my rights. It's about theirs. They have no rights. They lost them the moment the Cabal began attacking us. Do you know how many people the Cabal have murdered? How many ships they destroyed? Colonies? You just gave them 89 new soldiers! What makes you think they'll join the Cabal?
The effects, the makeup for them are really good, honestly. So, check this one out. So let's go ahead and look into the final one, which is Vox Sola. What happened in this episode? When a strange semiotic alien creature boards the Enterprise and captures several crew members, it's up to Insing Hoshi Seto to decipher the creature's complex language. And I gotta say that this episode is actually pretty good. It had a bit of a horror kind of vibe. This episode was actually written by Fred Decker, who I believe was involved with the Monster Squad film. And I gotta say, this episode was actually pretty good in the fact that we get an episode where she is basically she is having to like say, and only in some episodes where it deals with her character, she's always having to feel like say, am I worthy to be on this ship? Are my not needs, but am I helping this crew in a way? And I gotta say, the fact that this creature is almost like a giant spider that, in a way, it captures you through its web.
We gotta get out!
in a way helps feed off like your ideas, your thoughts, and all that. I think that's actually pretty cool, and honestly, it's interesting. And I gotta say, I like the fact that we get some character development for her. The fact that she's working with T'Pol and all that, and also we get more interactions between Archer and Trip. Like they in a way delve into their relationship with sports, and honestly, so that's pretty cool. And I do like the alien race that at the end of it's in this episode, and the fact they eat, but apparently they don't like to eat with others. I guess it's sort of like almost like, say, you feel very uncomfortable because in a way you feel like, say, my table manners or something perhaps similar to that. Who's to say? Honestly, I think these episodes, all three of these episodes are actually pretty good. What do you guys think of these episodes? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Put your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll be sure to see you next time. See you later.